Second lap. Let's watch that real quick. I forgot I did that. It's so easy to get these things in the air because they're sprung so softly. They have such a high ride height. The crazy thing is if you actually watch them in real life, they launch just as easily. Alright, so this should be the quick one. Clipping that corner is a lot harder than it seems, because it looks, that left-hander, it looks like you're going to enter that corner a lot earlier than you do. Oh man, this was a sexy lap. And then this right here. I mean, come on. Look at when I start this slide. Way up here, and the corner's not till there. Oh, that's so pretty. Then I mess up the last corner a little bit. Ugh. It just slides out on me on exit, but man, that lap felt so good. I don't even care that I'm going to be in B for the last heat. That lap alone was worth it. Whew. Oh man, I need to be careful. That almost took my full hour of repairs. Alright, we need a good one. Now we don't need any heroics. I just need to make it through with a good overall time. Let's go ahead and take the Joker first. The other nice thing is, except for the first heat, you never seem to be with AI that are significantly slower than you. Unless you're just constantly making mistakes. I probably won't be nearly as aggressive here on these 4 laps. But it's nice to have that in my pocket, to know that if I do hit that right, I can swing through that corner that way. That's kind of why in these heat races you definitely, at least the first 2, you definitely should push it when you can, to try and learn where those limits are, and to learn where your limits are in regards to them, for the different areas. But again, situations like this, you definitely can't get frustrated with the other car. You just have to sort of use the opportunity to be like, okay, well I can use this car being aggressive here. I can use that to sort of learn where I can pass a car that's doing the same thing in the actual semi or final. Because a lot of people would see the AI doing that and immediately get annoyed at it, but realistically you just need to realize that you can use it as an opportunity in case one of the cars tries to do that to you in the race. Then you know exactly how to respond to it. It's a decent enough lap. I may try the big slide. It's just really hard to time it. Yep, that was too early. I mean, it is ridiculously hard to time that. Like, more luck than anything went into the fact that I got it right. Especially on that, stringing it together with the rest of that lap. It's really nice when you don't have to worry about the Joker late in these, though. That was not ideal. You really want to already be turned by the time you're trying to enter that right-hander. There it is. That was a little too much curb, but that was close enough. I almost did the same thing too. Luckily I knew from the previous one that I could catch myself to not let it slide out. Oh man. 38.9, really? I didn't think that lap would be anywhere near that. That's good. Although I was still 7/10 off total, but that was again with another big mistake. Again, the main thing that we're looking for was we're trying to finish in the top 3 and make sure that we finish ahead of Christofferson, who is behind us in total points now, which is good. Look at the points though. So 182 at the top, that's fine. 169, 168, 168, 165. I mean, considering these are AI, the fact that they've got them that competitive, at least to me, is really fun. Other people may be blowing by them, who knows, but for me at least, this AI set seems to be set beautifully. Which, judging from the times I've been setting in the rally professional set, that makes sense to me. This time I actually want to delay my Joker, because these are 6-lap semis, because it's the full FIA version. So since I'm already ahead, I want to try and use that as much of that time as possible. So unless I make a mistake, I'll probably delay the Joker all the way till the end. It's going to be a little more conservative through the middle and still make that slide work. That was a much better exit. Alright. Unfortunately, this isn't the final, because this is a really, really great start to a race. If I keep this going, this could easily be my best overall time. Just one of those times when you find yourself in a groove right off the start line. Oh, no. Tried to get too fancy with it. But that didn't cost us much time, and that won't be much damage at all. Looks like we still have a nice gap. Although, that could be a car that's already taken the Joker, so it might not be enough of a gap. Looks like there's a car with... I was gonna say, looks like there's a car with damage up here, because he was going very slowly at the top of the hill. There, that's back to the safer way. I think that's what I need to do for that penultimate corner. I think this is lap 5. Looked like a broken wheel on that car. Oh, I got some frame rate dropping there. Oh, alright, it's back to normal. Something must have used my CPU all of a sudden. Knowing Chrome, it was probably Chrome. I really should have Firefox open instead of Chrome when I'm doing streaming. Oh, that was only lap 4. Because it would have told me I had to take the Joker if this were the last lap.
Joker next lap. Joker next lap.
Yep, so this is lap 5. And I have finished a race without doing the Joker. It was on one of the shorter tracks, so it was only 15 seconds, but you really, really don't want to not take the Joker. The penalty is very intense. I imagine on a track this long, it'd probably be upwards of 30 seconds, which is much, much more time than you lose by just taking the Joker itself. So you do not want to forget to take it. See where we come out.
No place is lost. Good job.
Alright, we're still up ahead.
Okay, caution, there's been an accident just up ahead.
That wounded car is still driving around. I don't even see the next car in our mirror. Whew. We have a 4:03. Look at that. It looks like Nidis is going to be our closest competition if things stay the way they are. But we might actually have a win in us this time. That would be huge. I can't even imagine what the next difficulty is going to be for these. Well, that car behind me got a much better start, but he couldn't use it. There was a car on our left that whole time, by the way. Right up until I took that right-hander. Oh, way too far to the right. I had to make sure I lifted there. There was every chance that it would have given me a penalty because I was all the way over the curb. I wanted to try and mitigate that as much as possible.
The car behind has gone into the Joker.
Right, so at least a couple of them will have taken the Joker this lap. And when you're out in front, you really want to avoid taking it because you've got all the space in the world to work with. You don't want to suddenly have 2 or 3 cars right in front of you that you now have to contend with. The way the cars come over that jump is amazing. I mean, you can see why I like this track so much, though. It's just so unique and so interesting. And there's so many really tough spots where you have to set up your car coming over the jump correctly in order to land on the other side of it well. So I mean, it's so much more interesting than Lydden Hill. But at the same time, you sort of see why they put Lydden Hill in, because this track is much, much more technical. You have to be much more spot on everywhere to get a good lap time here. Like in terms of the rally stages, not necessarily in difficulty, but in style, this is more like the, well, actually in difficulty instead of style. So reverse what I said. It's very similar to Greece and Wales in the rally stages. Lydden Hill is like a Wales, where it's meant to be more of a simpler introductory set of stages, and this is more like your Greece, where you have to be on it the entire time to get a good time out of it. I think we got 2 more laps. I'm gonna save, again, if I can save the Joker to the last lap, I'm gonna do it.
Right, you need to complete the Joker next lap to avoid a time penalty.
Oh, this might be a win. Don't want to get ahead of myself, though. I still have 1 more lap. Everything could go wrong. That felt like a good lap there, though.
The Joker hasn't cost you any places.
All right, I think we still have quite the lead. I don't see anything in my rear view mirror, so that's good. Or side view mirror, I should say. That left one is really good around this corner. To be able to see if there's anybody on you. Little close to the apex there, but we made it work. Yeah. Oh man, that track is so fun. Wow, we won by over 10 seconds. What? What is this? What is this world? Oh, I'm really glad I went wide there, because that would have really upset my race if I had hit that car. Because because it would have popped. It would have completely unsettled my car for the right-hander. If you look, that should have been. This easily should have been a penalty here. Well, first things first. Let's turn the music off. Right here, all four off. I am very lucky that the game did not give me a penalty there. Because that is 100% a corner cut. No question about it. That is a corner cut. That being said, in actual Rallycross, they're very, very lenient about that. I mean, you pretty much have to blatantly chop across a corner to really make them stand up and do something about it. I'm really glad I got away with that, though. It's funny how little time it has to touch the thing. It's like, like by the time it's already reaching for it, the gear shift is done. That was cleaner there. But that's bad. You don't want to land that far to the right or on the track to the left, because you need a lot of track to set that corner up. This is when I started getting risky on the left-hander here. It looks awesome when you do it, though. Like, even when you don't clip the apex perfectly, it still looks friggin' awesome. There, that's what you want to do. Chop right across there so that you can get as much of a late apex there and then really cut that one. I love that scene when it switches and the car is just way up in the air. That's probably what, 3.5, 4 feet up in the air? And it just bam. That would be hell on your suspension. I think this was my fast lap, though. Oh, maybe it was the... No, it had to have done this one. It was either this one or the one before, so it was either lap 4 or 5. I wish I had a lap breakdown so I could actually see, but that might be something that comes in the future. Oh man, when you clip that right, it looks awesome. And then the Joker lap was obviously, there's no way it was that lap. But you can be really aggressive on entering the Joker because it switches to gravel there. So once you know that, you can really slide it into the gravel and let the gravel scrub off a lot of speed for you. I put together a good race there, though. And it shows here. Unfortunately, Christopherson finished second, so I'm not sure what it's going to do overall. If it's going to give me first or not. It did give me first, even though we tied on points. Yes! Aw, yeah. Top of the world, baby. The nice thing is, you can do that over and over again, so the fact that I know I can finish first means I can buy cars a lot faster by doing that than doing Rally. I have a feeling that Rally will probably... Either Rally will have its cash bonuses bumped up, or Rallycross will have them bumped down until they add more tracks, will be my guess. Because right now it is considerably more time overall to do Rally. Because even with both of those stages being that long, well, Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess if you're fast enough in rally, then it wouldn't be that bad. For somebody like me, my rally stages are usually 4.5 minutes for the quick ones, and about 6 to 8 minutes for the long ones. And every single one of those races is about 4.5 minutes. So for me, it's much, much faster to do the other ones. Actually, how close am I to one of these? I'm pretty close, so I think I'm gonna wait on buying that. I'll do at least a couple stages of this. Well, it was not pretty last time. Although switching from the two is going to be very weird, because the Rallycross car behaves very differently from these. Very differently. So, I probably should have done a different thing before this. I also have to concentrate so much more.
3, 2, 1, go. 40, right 2, tights to 1, down. Into left 4, immediate turn square left, 60. Keep right over small crest. Into left 2, tights to 1. Into right 4 long. Into left 6.
Ah. Oh, that's
Into
alright.
right 2 long crest. Into left 4 line over 2 crests. Into left 3 long, 60.